So I spent a lot of time hacking on models. These are just a few of the ones that I've played with recently that I find interesting. Just want to share my experience working with them. One of them is OS Atlas. I really like this model, super strong model. It's robust, it's able to generalize really well, really good at localizing regardless of the way you prompt the model. I find often with vision language models that are fine-tuned to be agents, they're very, very sensitive to system prompts, which I don't like to see, but this is quite robust to system prompt. I'm able to get nice structured output from it. It has really good semantic understanding of user intent. There is if you try to prompt it beyond what it was originally trained with, you might get some variation in your output prompt, but as long as you write some parsers for that, you should be good, because it could get inconsistent sometimes. But this is great, I think, for single target detection, and I recommend using this. I like this model, it's quite nice. This model I was really hoping more from. It's quite popular on Facebook. It's gotten over 120,000 downloads last time I checked, just for that month. And I was really hoping a lot from this model, but I was just let down. And I went to the GitHub repo and I just see all these issues open. People are like, I can't reproduce it. You can't reproduce it. And I was like, all right, well, it's not just me. I can't reproduce the work. And it's because it's like just very sensitive prompts, like the most prompt-sensitive model I've ever seen. Just super, super sensitive to prompts. But it is fast. When we use the default prompt that the model has been trained with, it's fast. It does grounding really well. But if you want to prompt it to give you some type of structure for your output, it doesn't really work as well as I would like to. And very, very slow for grounding, UI grounding. Sorry, grounding OCR. So it reads very slow. Like I mentioned, it's really, really sensitive to prompts. But I was able to somewhat get reliable outputs from it, but I was just hoping more ease of use with this model. And it just wasn't there. Another model is called Show UI. I talked about this data set, I believe, briefly, but this is nice because we get a simple coordinate out from the model, or we get like a full action dictionary. It's fast, quite fast. We're able to get key points out of it as well, so it's quite nice. Doesn't do a good job actually of identifying the environment that it's in, so it can't really tell if it's on Linux or Windows or web or mobile. Seems to struggle there. Struggles with OCR a bit. I've also noticed that it's not as good as pointing as you see there, like it'll click around there, but not actually where you used to click. Which is kind of frustrating. But again, if you were to, we're missing the link completely, but if you were to score yourself from the benchmark, you get that question right, because it's still in the bounding box, right? That's kind of, I think, hackery, but it is what it is. It's solid though. I mean, I think it'd be a good model to fine tune further. The core grounding capabilities seem decent, even though they are off a bit. This model is actually built with Qwen 2 as the backbone. So I'm hoping that the next release, they're currently training it with Qwen 2.5 will be a lot stronger. Next is GUI Actors, speaking of Qwen 2.5. That's the model I've seen used the most over the last several months. Is Qwen 2.5 as a backbone for the visual agents. GUI Actor is nice. No matter how you prompt it, it just gives you the output the way it wants to give you the output, which is consistent and nice. Not always good for structured output if you want to take that output and parse it and do some other stuff, but at least it's consistent. And it's quite fast as well. But it does require you to use like the exact system prompt for optimal performance. If you deviate from that exact system prompt, I notice that it just takes longer for it to run inference. Another one is Memo VL. This was a model that was released, I think, just a couple months ago. Defaults to bounding boxes, but you can, in fact, get it to do points, which I think is nice. Some performance trade-offs with OCR. As you can see, it does a really good job of predicting text and dynamic OCR, but it's just slow. Traditional kind of like read the text off the screen OCR works very fast, which is great. Really good at navigating a UI, and also outputs thinking tokens, which I'm noticing more of a trend towards recently. I don't know how useful a thinking token is, I just want to take an action. But this outputs thinking tokens, and it's pretty cool to see how it thinks about what's on the screen. Of course, sensitive prompting as well. I've noticed a lot of variations in performance, even with the most subtle changes to the prompt, which is frustrating as well. So pain points, I feel like we see the same kind of chaos in model outputs that are present in GUI data set. All the models tend to output however they want. There's no really standard output. Whether that's a tuple, JSON, array, you name it, I've seen them all come out of a model. I think we just need to have a more kind of agreed upon standard for the types of labels that we want to train on, so that we can get more consistency